So since we got kicked out of Towers Beach for staying after the curfew, hunting ghost crabs, it's been a desire of mine to hunt ghost crabs. And the other night when we were leaving, I saw a lady coming wearing, tan shorts and a green shirt and looking very official, and I made a comment and I didn't understand what she said back, but then I noticed a few cars arriving at dusk, like nobody's arriving. I said, "What are you guys doing?" They said, "We're here to hunt ghost crabs." And I was like, "Dude, how do I join?" Ran up, talked to the lady. She said, "Well, you're supposed to sign up online, but you know what? Go ahead and stay." Her name is Alina. She's the park educator. She gathered us all around and told us all about the ghost crabs. And she's like, they have 4 sets of legs. They're very fast runners. The young ones blend into the sand. The old ones don't as much. Their claws are white. They're nocturnal because if they aren't nocturnal, they'll get eaten by the shorebirds like crazy. They have eyes connected to stalks on the top of their heads, and their eyes see in 360 degrees all around them. They're omnivores. They eat everything. They eat insects. They eat mole crabs. They eat eggs. They eat vegetation. They eat any trash they find. They'll even eat other crabs. They live in burrows above the drift line, right? Where the seaweed and all that is. Above that, they live in like 3-4 foot deep holes that are shaped like a J, and their legs are covered in hairs that they collect water from the wet sand and then run the water over their gills to stay hydrated. They are a top predator in the feeder food chain. They're also an indicator species, so if there's a lot of them, it's an indication that it's a healthy ecosystem.
It looks orange in my flashlight.
I'm not turning it off. I'm turning it on, right?
You should pick it up.
I ain't picking him up. Now you can pick him up, but they will pinch you. And we saw that. Israel was the bravest of our bunch and the first one to pick one up properly after he got pinched. And what he figured out how to do it eventually with the really big ones was if you give them a fork to pinch onto as their real enemy, then that leaves those claws a little less available for you. One thing that really freaked me out is they have these little extra hands that flip out of the front of them and seem to function like windshield wipers for their eyes. I hated it every time.
Who do you think was winning that in a one-on-one fight? Maybe try pulling it out of his hand.
Another really interesting detail is there's this high-pitched little clicking sound that they constantly made when we picked them up or when we were really close to them. See if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Boop. You're making that noise?
The kids had developed some sort of classification system for all the crabs of various sizes. The little ones were named Carl. The bigger ones were named Jordan. The biggest ones were named Gerald. And then Israel found even bigger ones, so they named those Mega Gerald.
Mega Gerald!
The claws are huge.
There was just a lot of yelling. I walked over to Alina and I said, "Do the crabs have ears?" And she looked at me like I was being weird. I said, "Can they hear?" And then I said, "After tonight, can they hear?" But dude, these things are cool.